Hello everybody and welcome along to Harker Oval. It is round 16 of the Newcastle Rugby League. We're not too far away until both sides come out onto the field. Beautiful afternoon in Newcastle, pretty cloudy day, not much wind to speak about and certainly no rain through the duration of the match. Throughout the week, Bar TV headed up the Hunter Expressway and caught up with Steve Kidd. This is what he had to say.
Kick on the weekend. If he's not a metre offside, he's just the fastest bloke in the comp. You know,
What Steve Kidd, the Cessnock go-inners coach. How you going, Steve?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
Mate, overview of the season. What would you say about it so far?
I'd say we've probably underachieved a fraction from what our goals were at the start of the year. There was a big turnover of players. I think we lost 8 first graders from last season. We did add a few, but you know, I fully expected the squad that we've got to be competing for the top 3 at this time of year. So we're probably a little bit behind where we wanted to be or where I thought we'd be, but we're still in the mix at the moment. So that's probably a positive, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess on the off-season, you lost the likes of Terence CU, but looking back over the last 15, 16 rounds, the Brown brothers, again, they've had a tremendous season this year for the Cessnock go-inners.
Yeah, we've still got some experienced bloke. We got Chrissy Adams back from the Newcastle Knights, which he's been a great asset for us, and like you said, the Brown boys have been getting us around the park fairly well. We've blooded 3 or 4 18-year-olds from last year as well, which has been terrific for the club. So. Yeah, we've got a bit of mix of experience and youth, but you know, we're putting it together now. So hopefully the next 2 weeks we can get ourselves over the line and give it a shake in the semis. Yeah.
Not everybody's had their say, it seems like, on social media about last week's performance. What's your take on that? I mean, a lot of people are saying the referees didn't quite help you, but in the end you got away with 1 point.
Yeah, no, I was fairly pleased with the result. I think obviously, you know, you get some 50-50s through the year, and you know, I don't feel like our team's grabbed a lot of them 50-50s. I think we've been a little bit unlucky there as well. But you know, I think the thing we've said there after the game, for leaving up the referee's decision, we haven't done enough. So it's a tough job, and they're not going to get everything right. But yeah, I think we've definitely felt like, you know, there's been probably 3 games there we thought we haven't got any of the 50-50s at all. So which is disappointing, but like I said, it's a tough job, and if we're leaving in the refs' hands, we're probably not doing enough to win the games anyway.
Mate, you said that this will be the last season as coach for yourself this year. How do you reflect back on the last 12 months as coach? What have been your positives in that? Yeah,
I've really enjoyed it. I got a late call up when Terence obviously went to Maitland, and it's, you know, I was very grateful to get the opportunity. I've been plugging away in the lower grades for 4 or 5 years, and with some decent results. But yeah, I was really grateful to Dave and the Cessnock committee that they give me an opportunity. Probably the big thing for me is just family. I've got 3 kids under 6, and for the next couple of years, I think I'm just going to spend a bit of time with them, keep an eye on things, and probably in 2 years try to look to come back, whether it be here or at another club. We'll see what pops up there. But it's been a real learning curve as well. I think it's definitely different to doing the lower grades. You got a lot more responsibility and dealing with different characters and whatnot. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Everyone here's been terrific to me. The players have been great. So, yeah, I think it's been nothing but a positive for me.
This week you take on the defending premiers, Western Suburbs. How do you beat them?
We nearly did it up here in the first round. I think what we have to do is just complete our sets. I think you know, West are going to complete at 75-80%, and if you don't, you're not a chance of beating them. So, I think if we do that, we complete 75-80%, and we've got plenty of points in us if we get in good attacking positions. So that's the main thing: ball control, good kick chase, and just control their ruck. They got some good players in the middle there: Mark DeFua, Jake Finn, them sort of blokes. You know, Ryan Petro, and obviously Wolford out of dummy half can really hurt you. So we just need to be nice and solid in the middle and just complete our sets. I think we'll go a long way to win the game.
I guess the destiny's in your hand. You've got to keep winning now, but if you can make it into the semi-finals, it'll be hard to beat.
Oh, I think so, yeah. I think our last 2 performances have probably showed that. You know, they were both probably the best player in the comp in Riley Brown, and you know, we done really well there against South, and I thought we played fairly well against Macquarie on the weekend as well. We probably bombed a couple of chances, but I think if we get there, I don't think we're a side that other sides really want to play. So. And we're probably running into a bit of form if we can keep that up. and sneak into the 5, well, I think we can do a little bit of damage at the end of the year, yeah.
Steve Kidd there throughout the week. Bar TV caught up with the Cessnock Goannas coach. Well, it's Bar TV, and without further ado, all the way from the Newcastle Knights, the VB New South Wales Cup fullback for the Knights, making his commentary debut on Bar TV this afternoon. It's a warm welcome to Nathan Ross. Ross, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Thanks for having me, everyone out there. See how I go, huh?
Yeah, well, we're only a moment away from kickoff, so we might get into it, and as the play unravels, we'll go through the team. So there's the kickoff. It's a big clash here this afternoon at Harker Oval. It's the first place Rosellas up against the sixth place Cessnock Goannas, and pretty much Cessnock need to win to get back into the top 5. And we see now Jake Finn takes the football up the middle of the field, and he's going to be creamed there by Joel Brown and also Corey Barber. Good first set.
Cessnock are really going to have to get their first up contact going well here if they're going to want to win this forward battle. That's a bit better.
Making easy meters, aren't they, so far, Rosellas? This is Wolford. They're going to kick off the boot now of Murray. Bangs it downfield, goes away from White. Comes back around, beat 2, beat 3. Wolford's there. Can he get rid of Wolford? Wolford comes back, and also Jade Porter. So a good start for the Western Suburbs Rosellas.
They really did roll through the middle there. No secret to what West will be doing today, trying to use their size and find their front and just get that quick play the ball for a good position kick from Brad Murray, who does have a superb kicking game.
And the Goannas, how do you think they'll fare this afternoon?
Well, I've been talking to Steve Kidd, and he said that there's the same kind of vibe in their team at the moment as what Curry had last year for the little bit of the finals run. So if they can start, just get out to a good start and put West on the back foot and put them under the pump.
This is Adams. Speaking of the New South Wales Cup, played plenty last year for the Newcastle Knights before he headed up to Cessnock. Now the Rosellas, 20 metres out from their own line through Lamb. Where will it come this time? Back to the 5. Out towards the 40-metre line before they're put away there by Brendan Halad. Wolford. Strong contact there from the Goannas. Heavy stuff early on.
It's much better. The Goannas know what West are. They've given away a penalty.
First penalty of the match. 15 metres short of the halfway line. And Brad Murray puts boot to the ball, and they find the goal or the touch line. Right out on the halfway line. The Rosellas now up towards the 40-metre line. So a bit of possession early on for the Rosellas. They work it through the middle of the field. This is the cricket pitch area, which they'll be pretty much trying to dodge throughout the match. They come the commentary side. This is Dryden. He takes the line on. He's just joined us. The defending premiers up against the 6th place Cessnock Goannas. Inside the 10 now through Jake Finn. Wolford goes to acting half. Fires it across through Porter. On it comes now, and they've lost the football. Did it go forward? Referee says yes, and our referee out here this afternoon, Nathan, is Tom Aylett. So first mistake for the Rosellas. 10 out from the Goannas goal line.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a misfired pass there by Brad Murray, who's he normally hits that a lot better than that. You see a lot of the teams doing that double lead shape with the fullback out the back now, trying to isolate the fourth defender. So Cessnock will get a little bit of confidence knowing that they nullified that.
Made a quick tip today. Where's your money going?
Oh, it's a really hard one. It really depends. It's a strong battle between the halves. Whatever halves combination starts to shine will be the team that gets through.
So with only 3 competition rounds left, the makeup of the top 5 is far from finished.
I think Cessnock have a lot more to play for, though.
This will help their cause. They've got a penalty here, 10 metres short of the halfway line. And they will waste not much time. Adams goes from dummy half. Picks up Riley Brown. Back down to Al Lantry. Down inside the 10. Pressure here for the Rosellas. This is Adams. Back to Brown.
Watch the fullback on the inside here.
Here it is. And there he is. You call it well there. Nathan Kinney offload. No, he didn't have to. He takes the tackle. 5 metres out from the line. Searching for first point in the match. Back now to Joel Brown. Dribbles it in the in-goal area. And the Rosellas are back there through Scott Blanche. And he positioned himself well. And he's back into the field of play by a metre.
Well played by Scott Blanche there. Read the kick and knew to find the ground so he didn't get carried back in goals. Cessnock need to be aggressive here with their defence. They don't want to be letting West get too far out of their own end.
Wolford. They come up the eastern side of Harker Oval. Out towards the 30-metre line. Finn offloads it. This is the 5'8", then Jade Porter. Wolford's been busy in a dummy half. He kicks it off the right foot, looking for the ball to go into touch. Cut off there by the Goannas. Did well there out there. I think that was Greg White in number 5.
Greg White with a smart bit of play to tap the ball back in there. Good return by the Cessnock fullback too. Made a solid line. Holland.
McKendry picked up a try last week against Macquarie. A lot of people are saying that Cessnock-Macquarie match was the match of the year so far.
Yeah, from what I heard, they really got stuck into each other, went right down to the wire, and they came away with a draw. So some people say that the draw was deserving. Both teams come away with a point, but I'm sure the coaches might have a different view.
The fullback, Scott Blanche, just sees that ball go over the touchline in goal. So back out to the 20-metre line. If you just tuned to the coverage on Bar TV, we've had 7 minutes of the match. We're locked up at 0-0. In commentary this afternoon, we've got the former Kurri Bulldog, now fullback for the Newcastle Knights. Nathan Ross in the commentary box with us this afternoon. Of course, the Newcastle Knights yesterday defeated the Cronulla Sharks by 56 points to 12 in the VB New South Wales Cup. And, of course, in first grade, Kirk Gidley. Hey, how good was that from the touchline? He just kicked it straight over.
The Iceman doesn't feel pressure, Kurt. He does well.
Laps it up, doesn't he?
Here. He gets on the outside of his centres majority of the time and sucks in the wingers. That's how he puts Cal Richards away with a little flick pass normally. So that Chris Pine's going to have his hands full, but I'm sure he'll be capable of the task.
Lucas Miller down to the 30-metre line. Murray.
Finds the ground again, Murray. He's got a great kicking game.
And Kerrod Holland. He's awake to it, though. I mean, every fullback, he's reading the play well, and he's the Cessnock's highest point scorer. He scored 13 tries, 26 goals, Kerrod Holland. And he's picked up a tally of 104, and he's the competition's third most highest point scorer coming into this. Every fullback be loving those types of stats.
Yeah, it's a fantastic effort from a player his first year in the comp. I'm sure he's only going to get better when he adapts to the football more and more.
This is Lantry. Put away there by Wolford. Adams. Halad looking to look up to his left-hand side and offload it to McKendry. And that's what he was able to achieve. Touch judges this afternoon, of course, Greg Ryan and Matt James. As we mentioned, Tom Aylett, the man in the middle, taking that ball in field.
Oh, that's dangerous. Heart and throat stuff.
You can just see a side of professionals chancing their luck. As a fullback, what's going through your mind if that was you there?
Oh, let's get the ball out of the in goals, but you also don't want them to score. So he's brave. He's brave.
The real NRL. It's round 16 in the commentary box. As we mentioned, Nathan Ross.
Cal Richards is going to try and get involved here with a little scoot. Try and get him a quick play of the ball.
There he goes from dummy half.
You want to find, found his front.
Callan Richardson, named in jersey 5, but he's operating in jersey 2. And Ryan Lamb, he switches to the other wing in jersey 5. Played at there by the Goannas, out towards their 10-metre line. Before they can't go any further in the defence, swoops. One of them there was Jake Finn. He's back from a few weeks stint, back in first grade. As we see now, the Goannas going from dummy half. This is Garland. Runs to the 9, of course, in James Wolford. Wolford picked up a try last week as well. Where will it go now? Chris Adams sends it to the left-hand side of the field. Brown turns it back on the inside. This is McKendry.
They might try that chance to handy on the short side here.
That's the way they go through Adams. They switch it. He's had a good season. The hooker for Cessnock.
Been lucky enough to play with Chris Adams, and he is a quality player. He brings a lot of energy on and off the field, and he's kind of bloke that you want to strap on a pair of boots with and run around the paddock on.
Comes from Queensland. Chris Adams. Queenslanders.
They're a good bunch, aren't they, the Queenslanders?
They are. They love their 4X.
Yeah.
They just laugh it up, drink it up. And that's not a bad kick in the end. Goes into touch, 10 metres out. And Tom Aylett, gee, looks pretty small up against those front rowers.
Big boys, aren't they?
Of course, they're in there for Mark Tafua. There was a bit of doubt about Tafua coming into today's match, according to Josh Leeson from the Newcastle Herald, but looks like he'll go around here this afternoon. And, of course, there's a few changes to the bench as well. It looks like the 20 is out there for Western Suburbs Rosellas, and that could well be Larry Tafua. We'll just get the late changes. I think that Craig Miller's changed the squad to the program that we've got in the dying minutes of the match. Here's another penalty this time going to the Rosellas here. Nathan, they bang it into touch up around their own 20-metre line.
Yeah, Brad Murray will be looking for a big kick here. Cessnock just need to just get settled into the grind, not have to dominate. They don't want to hold them down for too long. They just want to just long enough. They're testing the ref a fair bit.
David Dryden. Both of these sides last met in round 7 of the competition up at the Cessnock Sports Ground. Wests, you might remember, got up on that occasion just by 2 points. It was 12-10 in the end. So they're looking at getting their quinella of wins against the Goannas this afternoon. Gordon has gone all the way and scored the first try for Western Suburbs. They lead 4-0 after 12 minutes of play.
A little double pump there from Jay Porter to put
Steve Gordon.
Oh.
No, actually, he's called it back. So it's no try.
Sigh of relief for the Cessnock crowd.
So we might just have a look at the Bar TV replay coming up shortly. It must have been a bit of a forward pass. It didn't look that way to the naked eye, but we're perched high above the Harker Oval grandstand here, looking down. But a lucky escape there for the Goannas. This is it on the Bar TV replay. Keep your eye on Porter. That pass was a little bit suspect. Referee calls it up, so it's no try. So we're back out to the 30-metre line, and the Goannas continuing to roll forward. So they've dodged a bullet after 10 minutes, so it's still 0-0 on the Bar TV scoreboard. Short side they come. So we've had 13.5 minutes of the match. Last week, of course, Cessnock, in the game of the season, as we mentioned, up against Macquarie, 28-all draw in the end. While over here at Harker Oval, Western Suburbs, 48 defeated Lakes 8. So a 40-point victory last week. Here's the kick heading towards the touchline, and it rolls into touch. And Ryan Lamb didn't have much option at all, did he? But to just let that ball go into touch.
Yeah, a bit of an ugly bounce there, but it was a good kick by Riley Brown, just getting it down that end. Obviously putting the ball out to give his forwards a little bit of a rest and get the heads on the next task to defend.
James Wolford and Chris Adams shown plenty in the opening 15 minutes as well here this afternoon.
Two players with big engines, and they don't shy away from a workload.
The scrum being formed. In it goes there through Porter. Out it comes through Mannion. And it's gone straight back to the Goannas.
It's good field positioning for the Goannas here. Probably lay one and then look for a shot, I think.
Let's see if they can cross the line here.
Look for Riley Brown to hit Al Lantry short.
Juggle there by Brown, did well around his bootlaces to come back on the inside before he finds Fata. Beat one, beat two. Runs into Ryan Petro and also Wolford. Now they go again, short. Barber's close. Is he on the line? I think he might have scored here. Cessnock supporters say first try. Referee says first try. So it's 4-0.
That's some great heads. That's some great eyes up play there by Chris Adam, and Barber running straight and hard through the line.
Chris Adams, as we mentioned, up from the Newcastle Knights last year. And all year he's been dangerous from hooker, just nuggeting around, you know, and support players know to run off him, don't they? Because they know he's elusive with that football.
Watch him just get the A defender interested here and turn in, which allows Corey's Barber run to the line that little bit easier. He still had a lot of work to do, Barber, but he just gets those players interested.
And Ryan Petro was in there along with three other Rosellas. Downstairs there was David Dryden, but just have a look at the strength. Barber. No one was going to stop him.
Not that close. He's a big boy.
Here's the kick. Fire to the right of the post. Looks good. It's a conversion. So Kieran Holland converts. That's his 27th goal of the Newcastle Rugby League this season. So Cessnock, they've done all the things right that you can expect so far, and they're up on the scoreboard by 6 points to 0.
They've weathered the storm. They've had West have had a couple of cracks at that line, and they've done well to hold them out and come up with the goods down the other end. Let's just the next focus on this set will just be complete and get to a good kick.
Oh, there could be a little bit of indecision, but fortunately, not fortunately, let's change that to unfortunately, they've made a mess. And the scrum's going to go down 10 metres out. Well, if you ever want a chance to hit back, you want to be able to get it quick from the restart of play. And Craig Miller will be hoping now this is the time for the defending premiers to see what they're all about here this afternoon. Porter puts the ball into the scrum. Which way will they go? Comes out through Wolford. They spin it to the right-hand side of the field. Pine there was in Gaga land, but unfortunately he's come back and take the tackle.
Yeah, Chris Pine's normally a winger, but he's doing well in the centres at the moment. He's a fast, strong bloke. Knows how to find the try line.
This is Peter Mannion. Wolford back to Finn. Charging towards the goal line. 3 in there to wrap him up. King as well. Wolford again. It's on to the right-hand side. It was going to be on, but Brad Murray has just put it down cold. Back to the goannas. 10 out from their own goal line.
So it's just not clicking at the moment for West, is it? They're getting down there and got shape both sides of the ball, but it's just that final pass. Goannas, they just play high possession football. The way that they're doing, they could get the result here today.
Well, Steve Kidd's pretty confident. He said in that interview he comes here to Harker Oval with high hopes. 60 minutes remaining in the match. 6-0. The 6th place Goannas against the 1st place Rosellas. And as we said at the top, there's only 3 competition rounds left. So the makeup of the top 5 is far from being finalised. And a win here today pushes the Goannas back into the top 5. And, of course, they've got the bye next week. So it could be a 4-point win if they can.
Darting run here by Chris Adams.
Good run, good metres again, as we said at the top. Yeah, he's just making those easy metres too, and they're falling off him. So they'll have to tighten up around the ruck. Here's the kick now off the boot of Joel Brown. Will he take it in goal?
He scored it.
He's got it. So back out to the 20.
We've got a player down just behind as well, a Goannas player clutching at a knee. So whether they pull it up, yeah.
Back on the halfway line, there's trouble for a Goanna. As we have a look at the extent of the injuries, just with the trainer now. So it's time off here. It's been another fast match, hasn't it? Good quality game.
High quality game. Both teams have come here to play. Goannas aren't shying away. They don't care that the western suburbs are defending premiers. They want to make a run for themselves.
Nathan, I was going to ask you, like, the standard of competition from here you know, you played at the Curry Bulldogs and then you made the leap into the New South Wales Cup. What sort of transition was it for you to do that?
It's a fair jump in, I guess, speed and technicality of the game. The local league in Newcastle is a very tough and strong competition. But some of the, it's a fair jump. Fair jump.
Of course, Rick Stone is the odds-on favourite to take the helm of the Newcastle Knights next year. I know Rick Stone's a pretty big supporter of yourself. You know, he gave you a big rap at the beginning of this season saying that, you know, you're one of the best players going around in this local comp. So, mate, if you stick with the Knights, you never know what might come away next year, hey?
Oh, yeah. Well, big shot there. Brendan the lad chasing through here.
And cleaned up there by Brad Murray. What's the vibe around the Newcastle Knights at the moment, knowing that a new coach is not far away?
Everyone's very open-minded, and we're going really well in the NYC in the New South Wales Cup, which is very promising. We should finish top 3 in both grades, and it's unfortunate for the first grade this year, but going well in the lower grades shows that there's a lot of potential for the upcoming seasons.
Of course, the New South Wales Cup side will take on the New Zealand Warriors at St John Oval in Charlestown next Saturday afternoon. Home of the real NRL Newcastle Butcher Boys, the Central Butcher Boys. Down by 6. Kicking off the boot there, and Murray. Where's Holland? He's trying to position himself in a good position to get the ball. He can't. But the referees call it back to the 10-metre line. So no change to the scoreboard. It's still the Goannas leading by 6 points to 0, and we're approaching the 20th minute of the match.
Yeah, it's a play that West don't mind doing, do they? They put that bomb up for the big, tall back row, Pete Mannion, come through. He's a tall bloke with good hands, so he's got a chance of getting over most fullbacks.
Just going through a few earlier grades. West's in reserve grade defeated the Goannas by 32 points to 18. Souths defeated Macquarie by 14 to 12. And Maitland got home by 7 points over Central Newey by 39 to 32. The under 23s, West defeated the Goannas 34-22. Souths 34 over Macquarie 4. And Central, easy victorious victory for them over the Maitland Pickers by 54 points to 12. And in the under 18s here this afternoon, Western Suburbs too good for the Goannas 48 to 10. And the Pickers too good for Central 36 points to 18. That's in the under 18s. And back here, the Goannas on the attack. And they're finished off there by Wolford. This is Adams scooting again. Goes himself over the 30-metre line. Of course, Craig Miller off to the Central Goannas, reported in the Newcastle Herald yesterday. So Western Suburbs, they'll be after a new coach come season 2015. Likewise for the Goannas. This is McKendry. 4 metres away from the line, looking for their second points of the match. This is Brown across to his brother. They straighten up. This is Josh King, picked up and driven into the ground on the last tackle. You see Aylett there on his goal line. Adams now. Will they dribble it? Will he go himself? He'll need to offload. I don't think they're going to able to offload, so it's a turnover back to the Rosellas.
That's not a bad result, getting tackled 1 metre out. It's going to make it hard for West anyway to get out of this position. You'd rather get tackled 1 metre out and make them work for it rather than kicking the ball dead and giving them that easy 20.
The Fivers with it off his wing. Ryan Lamb. Here's a penalty.
That's not what they wanted to do there.
Nathan was right in front of the post. Steve Kidd. Wouldn't be that happy right now, you wouldn't expect.
No, West are too much of a quality team to be letting them off the hook like that. You just really want to grind them out of the game, get them frustrated within themselves and try and get under their skin. But they're a professional outfit, West, and they have been the form team for the past 3 years.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're going for their third premiership in a row this year. They haven't done that since 97, 98 and 1999. Can they send Craig Miller out a winner before he heads up the expressway to Cessnock? Over the halfway line they come.
it's good that Craig Miller's going to test himself by going to another club. Like, it's probably easy for. He probably thinks it might be easy for him to coach at a club with West, which has a little bit of a bankroll behind it. But for him to challenge himself as a coach and go out to a club like Cessnock will really shows you the calibre of person he is and the determination that he wants to prove that he can coach no matter where he's at. And that's a good catch there by the winger.
Yeah, sensational catch. Never ended up taking his eyes off the ball there, Jacob Garland. And Jacob Garland had a pretty good season. Heavy defence there from Wolford. And in there was Steve Gordon. So he's blown a few penalties here this afternoon, Tom Elliott. Now he's called time off. Another play down. I think it was the winger out there, Jacob Garland. He's on his back, as you can see there.
Clutching at an ankle, is it?
Steve the Sweet Dunstan's with him. Steve was in the commentary box last week. Yeah, a bit of an ankle injury. Mate, speaking of injuries, you've had your fair share of injuries over the last few years. Broken jaw, wasn't it, earlier this year?
Past couple of years, broken leg last year, broken jaw this year, torn hammy, torn quad, and knee ligament damage, but hopefully it's all behind me now.
Broken jaw, wouldn't it be a nice way to...
Nah, it didn't help me out too much. I like to talk too much, so having my mouth wide shut wasn't very good.
Made up for it since then?
Sure have, mate. Sure have.
Here's the kick into touch. Nathan Ross, the New South Wales Cup fullback for the Newcastle Knights in the Bar TV commentary box here this afternoon. And get out to St John Oval next week. Support the VB New South Wales Cup Newcastle Knights as they take on the New Zealand Warriors. This is Brown. Short ball it comes to Halad.
Gene Brown is in at hooker now. Chris Adams has been given a rest. Gene's a young talent.
Gene Brown. There he is there with the ball before it gets away to Joel Brown. Can he offload? He tried to. The ball's gone forward. Kicked ahead by Holland. Referee will call it back up on the 20-metre line.
They're really trying to test them through the middle here, Cessnock, with a lot of change of direction on their big fellas, and seems to be working. If they hold on to that ball, they might find some joy.
Steve Kidd may have done his homework throughout the week so far. Let's see what they can come off now. Scrum is formed 15 metres away from the Rosellas' end of the field. Trailing by 6 points to 0 with 18 minutes of the match. The 12ers with it. This is Peter Mannion. Charging out towards the 40-metre line. Josh King wraps him up. Over the 40 they come.
How many country players did West end up having? Pete Mannion.
Yeah, they had quite a few over there in Hawaii, up around 4 or 5. Ended up going over there to play the Hawaiian residents, and that was a cricket score, up around 60 points to 12, that final score. So they haven't seen many of their players in the last 4 weeks, the Rosellas, as they've been on country duty over there in Hawaii, as the ball goes down to Holland. And he's going to be pushed back in towards his own in-goal area. Good driving defence there by the Rosellas, led, of course, there by Brad Murray.
Got to watch Greg White. He's got a lot of pace. He runs with 3 legs. He's a flyer, Greg.
He's an octopus.
Yeah.
10 away from their own goal line, the Goannas. Gordon's in there. Downstairs was the 15 in Mark Farah. Well, they haven't done much wrong, have they, the Goannas? Just good metres from dummy half. Have been able to make easy progression up through the middle and off the back of good kicks, just like the one we're seeing now.
So that's a great option to just put the pressure back on West.
Richardson's played at it, and he's double mistaked it, and he's going to pay the error. 20 out from his own goal line. He just couldn't get, well, it was just an awkward bounce, and his fingertips just got in the way.
He read the kick well to get back there, but just might not the big redhead might not just have it in his old legs anymore. Hey, Cal?
Because you know Cal pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, very good friends with Cal Richards, actually.
Saying he's over it.
Nah, he's got plenty left in him.
How old's Richardson? He's at 20,
28.
28. Here's the mistake. Oh, he'd be feeling it, and you just see his frustration as banging the football down. because he knows that he can't give too many opportunities back to the Goannas, and this is where they have the football right now. 12 metres out from the Rosella's goal line. Brown now away to the 7. This is Joel Brown. Got it from Riley Brown. He's 10 metres away from the goal line. Gene Brown in a dummy half. Short it comes. This is Brendan Halad, and he's going to be upended. 2 metres out from the goal line. Here come the Goannas. 12 minutes out from half-time. Brown cuts out one. There's a backline play coming here. They charge towards the line. This is Chris Pine trying to shut the ball carrier down. And they finally do it. 4 metres away from the goal line. They're on the 4th tackle, the Goannas. This is Josh King. He offloads to Fua. He got his hand on the ball. Could be play on.
Once again.
6 more tackles coming up now for the Goannas. Tackle count restarted. Riley Brown, good ball on the inside. This is Josh King. Runs into 3. They can't put him down. He'll play the football back. Will come now. Gene Brown away to Joel Brown. Short ball. This is Corey Barber.
High scorer Corey Barber.
Put away there by Steve Gordon. Brown. Offloading. And Fatta. Losing the football. Referees call it up. Credit to Tafua. Force the error. Then Nathan, 2 out from their own goal line.
That's great defence. Great desperation defence there by West. Watch Riley Brown. He plays on both sides of the field. You can tell that he's an NRL player. He's been there, he's done it, he's experienced.
Good battle out there, isn't it, between the 5'8" and the halfbacks, of course. Jade Porter and Brad Murray up against the Riley Brown brothers.
Yeah, word is that West were chasing Riley, isn't it?
That was word, but Souths have also entered into that equation throughout the week if you tune into Josh Leeson's rumour mill. So, who knows? But according to the Goannas and according to Riley Brown, he's pretty keen to stay on at Cessnock, but let's see who will be after his services. Of course, new coach at Souths next year as well, and Steve Kidd, we know he's moving on to be replaced by Craig Miller, the current coach of the Rosellas. So Western Suburbs, they'll be after a new coach next year. This is Richardson, beats one. Close to that touchline, isn't he? 2 metres out. That eastern touchline, they need a good kick here. Brad Murray bangs it straight into the air, into the possession of McKendry, is it? He comes back on the infield, beat one. Tafua is after him, and he's going to be brought down. They're about 15 metres away from the goal line. The crowd involved here at Harker Oval. Back to Brown. He sees the gap. Put away there by Larry. Plays the football. A metre out from the goal line. Back from Brown. Over it comes to Halad. He storms towards the goal line. Defence there by Lucas Miller. Brown. Leading by 6 points to 0, the Goannas. Turns it back on the inside. This is McKendry. Can he go all the way? He's held up over the line. 4th tackle, so they'll get the football back, Nathan. 5 out or 10 out from the Rosella's goal line.
Goannas just need to be careful not to get frustrated at the moment. Like, they've had a few shots at the West line, and just believe in what they're doing. Rather, yeah. They don't want to get frustrated and start shooting all guns off.
We've got 8 minutes to go, and this is the 8. Josh King runs straight into Peter Mannion. They're on the goal line. Sloppy play the ball. Referee says play on. Brown dribbles it. Where's the chasers? Porter. It's come off him and over the dead ball line. Goal line dropout. More pressure for the Rosellas. But a frenetic pace. Frantic pace.
Very, very, very frantic. And all these little extra sets that West having to do in defence is really sucking the gas out of them. You can see them slow to get to their shape. They're in no rush to do this dropout.
Just soaking down the clock. 8 minutes. Can they withhold the onslaught right now? This is Josh King. Gets the legs pumping. And they pick him up and dump him into the ground. Lucas Miller. Think you'll find that was him in the tackle. Brown goes out, takes the ball. Back there now to Halad. And Halad's down inside the 20-metre line.
He's a real worker, isn't he, Brendan Halad?
Joel Brown. This is Corey Barber. Out the back to Kerrod Holland. Picked up and dumped there by Jade Porter. 12 metres away from the goal line. Joel Brown takes them on himself. And he's cleaned up ball and all. 10 metres away. Goannas leading by 6 points to nil on the Bar TV scoreboard. Numbers to the left-hand side. Brown offloads and McKendry's over. McKendry scores the second try for the Goannas. 10-0, kick to come. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Well, they had the numbers out there, Nathan Ross.
Just comes from continuous pressure from Cessnock, actually. Yeah, you can't defend forever, as they say.
Mate, you could see it coming too. They just pestered the eastern side of the field, and the Rosellas just couldn't quite match it out there. It was good hindsight from the 14, of course, you know him, Gene Brown. Well, what a valuable replacement when Chris Adams is not out there and Gene Brown comes into dummy half, and he's got the good vision to go left.
You're not losing much there at all with young Gene. Riley sums it up well. Cal bites in the centre, and they just hit the back row in between them.
Second points for the Goannas. So they're down by 10. Western Suburbs. It's all in front of the defending premiers to claw their way back into the match.
They're playing with confidence, Cessnock, they are.
Here's the kick from right out on the eastern touchline. Can they bang this one over? Unfortunately for them and their Cessnock fans, watching our coverage through the Cessnock Advertiser and the Maitland Mercury, couldn't quite convert the extras, Nathan, so it's still 10-0, 5 to go in the match before halftime.
Same as I said last time, I don't want to jinx Cessnock, but what they want to do here is get to the kick, so they want to catch the kick off first and just roll through the set and get in good field position. West would want to try and score before the half's out just to get within reach.
It's not often that the Rosellas are down by 10 points to nil, but a long way to go in the match. The 15 is with it. This is Fadder. Comes back into the defensive there, met there by Peter Mannion. Of course, an easy victory last week against the Lakes United side. West belted them by 48 points to 8. While Macquarie and Cessnock ending with a 28-all draw. Another penalty to the Goannas here, 20 short of the halfway line. And this is Riley Brown, just bangs it into touch. Good kick towards the touchline. Smack bang on the halfway line is where they take the tap. 4 minutes out from the break. This is Riley Brown on the official scoreboard. It's 4 points, well, it's 10 points with a 4 minutes to go before half time. This is Joel Brown offloading there to Alec Fadder. Let's see if they can do anything special right here. This is Joel Brown, short pass. Tofu is in there and they pick him up and drive him into the ground there, Josh King.
He runs hard, this Josh King. He's been whacked a couple of times, but he keeps turning up.
Brown, away there to the 13 and Al Lantry. 2 metres away from the goal line. 10 points to nil. They go themselves from dummy half. They run towards Richardson. They kick it. Where's the chasers? Where are the chasers? Chris Pine gets the third try.
That's for Greg White grubber.
Of the afternoon. 14-0 kick to come. Talk us through that. That was unbelievable.
That's fantastic football, isn't it? Greg White's found himself boxed in on the wing, and he's just put in a little grub and bounce of the ball prevailed, and Chris Pine's in. He's no stranger to the try line, Chris Pine.
Callan Richardson, your mate, is having a difficult afternoon out there on the wing.
He sure is, Cal, but he's the type of player that will bounce back and it won't bother him too much. He doesn't carry his divots.
This is it on the replay. Riley Brown. Good vision there by the 5. And there they finish it off. Chris Pine. Let's just see. Again on the replay. Nice yellow boots. You can see them a mile away, can't you? And let's see if there is force. Look for the touchdown. Not a problem at all.
I wouldn't say that's something they've practiced at training, but it works anyway.
They'll tell you they worked for that at training.
Yeah, they sure would. I think, well, I don't actually think Greg White will be here for the semi-finals. He'll be heading back to Toulouse. to play for Toulouse Olympic. So he'll be trying to make his mark in the last few games while he's here and help Cessnock get a run to the semis. But West are really going to have to start setting a platform with the defence and trying to win this arm wrestle back, because at the moment Cessnock's confidence is only going to build, and you'll start seeing a lot more football being played like that. They'll start to chance their arms, and they're the type of team that has speed and skill, and they'll hurt you.
As we mentioned, need to win to get back into the top 5 and keep their finals series alive for season 2014. The Cessnock Goannas, Western Suburbs Rosellas, for the viewers outside our coverage area here in Newcastle.
Good line speed there by Brad Murray.
Yeah, they've only lost 2 games all year, the Rosellas. Knocked up 13 matches. They've had the 2 byes and they've been able to come away with the 11 wins. Has it been a fantastic month of rugby league for the Rosellas? They suffered losses to Souths and then, of course, Central. Then they've had the bye in the middle of all that, and then they put the hammer, as we mentioned, through their opposition last week in Lakes. And they haven't had their nucleus at the side together for quite a few weeks as well, through one thing or another. As we see now, Porter spins it to the left-hand side of the field. Where will it come now? Away to Gordon. He links up there with Ryan Lamb. And they've forced it again out the back, and another error.
That's the half.
Time off. But he says time off for half-time. We can hear the crowd from Cessnock applauding their team as they come out to the sheds for their half-time wrap with their coach in Steve Kidd. And of course, Nathan Ross is going to be going inside the sheds at half-time. Steve Kidd's allowed access, so that's a great thing. Mate, before we let you go, what do you think you'll be saying to his charges?
Steve Kidd would be saying, do what you're doing now, complete, get in the arm wrestling, don't go away from what's working for us. They're changing directions in the middle of the field, making the big West forwards try and move laterally, which is kind of keeping them. And if you're Barney Miller, I guess you're saying go back to what's won you so many games this year. Tough defence and play on the back of a good roll forward with your forwards. Jake Finn he finds his front. They just need to start playing off the back of that.
Rightio. Well, Nathan Ross, the fullback for the VB New South Wales Cup for the Newcastle Knights, in the Bar TV commentary box here, and we thank him for his valuable time. And Nathan Ross is heading down as we speak to have a chat, an eavesdrop on Cessnock's coach, Steve Kidd. So we look forward to seeing what Nathan Ross can come back with in about 4 or 5 minutes' time. So right now, Bar TV actually headed up to Cessnock Goannas training throughout the week and had a little bit of a chat with everybody. But you'll enjoy this piece. Riley Brown actually ended up taking the microphone and ended up taking our viewers on a golden tour of the dressing sheds. Hope you enjoy this. Here's Riley Brown.
Hi, my name's Riley Brown. Welcome to Bar TV. We've just finished training at Cessnock, and we'll go around, catch up with a couple of the boys and have a good yarn and a laugh. G'day, Chris. We've got Chris Adams here from the Adams family. How's your trip from Hawaii, mate? You have a good time?
Sit down. Yeah, it was good. Had a good 11 days there, and all the boys were good.
Couple of wins?
Yeah, couple of flow-ins, yeah. A bit underdone they were, and I was expected to, and a bit disappointed we didn't play USA. That would have been good. That would have been a good game.
And how'd you go with the ladies over there?
Yeah, you got one here, mate?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good, yep. So, did you take her out for tea?
Nah.
So, you're not a gentleman?
No, not a gentleman.
Okay. And we've got Keza Holland over here, massive Knights supporter. How are the Knights going this year, Kez?
Mate, they beat Steve Kidd's Roosters 2 weeks ago, so other than that, mate, horrible.
And what do you think about the first grade coach here?
Steve, he's alright. He's helped me out a bit. I wish he was staying on next year, but he's not, so...
What do you think about his fashion sense?
Yeah, he's horrible. He's got the worst fashion sense I've ever seen.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
He's like a jeans and joggers man.
yeah, easy, big time.
What about his haircut? Terrible.
He's just hairy and just bits everywhere. He just needs to keep it tidy.
Worst body,
Oh, terrible body. Keep his shirt on for sure.
big time.
How you going, Swede? What do you think about the boys this year, fitness-wise and you know, strength-wise and things like that?
Well, Ros, I just complimented them tonight on their attitude towards fitness all year. They've been great. Like yourself, like most of the first grade boys, know they got to put in a bit extra every week, and they do. And I don't think we've lost any games through fitness. Probably we've lost some games through poor decision making on our behalf and on someone else's behalf, but we'll just leave that in someone else's abeyance, won't we?
What do you do to keep fit these days?
Oh, I go to the gym every morning at 5 o'clock, and you know, I go with the old guys group and try and punish myself a little bit. Yeah, do an hour and a quarter or something, and yeah, try and do that 5 days a week, and do a little bit of running, a little bit of trail bike riding, and probably as much sex as I possibly can have.
And Ronnie Palmer's your idol?
Absolutely, Ronnie Palmer's always been an idol. You know, I believe that I'm not as extremely well endowed as Ronnie, but yeah, he's someone who's been around forever and loves the footy game, like I love footy. So yeah, he's my idol.
And you still look pretty good with your shirt off too, don't you, mate?
No. Oh, look old and wrinkled.
Alan Frankie Lantry usually spends a lot of time in here, so we'll just see if he's in here. Hello? Oh, he's in here. Oh, hello. Frankie Alan Lantry, how you going, mate?
Good, mate, how are you?
How's training tonight? You ripping?
Yeah, mate, rip right in, getting ready for work.
Whoa, far out, mate. What did you have for tea tonight?
Mate, I don't know, but all I know, I've got to drop Steve Kidd off at the pool, so just trying to get the job done.
Yeah. What do you think about Kidd? He's a first grade coach.
Yeah, he's not too bad at a coach, but his fashion sense is terrible. He's got a terrible body. I suppose he's got to be good at coaching because he's got nothing else going for him.
No fashion sense at all, jeans and joggers, man.
Yeah, his idol's Jerry Seinfeld, so that just says it from the start.
We've got Steve Kidd here, first grade coach. How are the boys train tonight, mate?
Oh yeah, we had a light night. It was a good session, and we'll build on that Friday night. Looking forward to West Sunday, I think.
How do you think we'll go?
I'm really confident, in all honesty. I know they're a great side, but I think we're building for something a little bit special over the next month. So I think we'll be pretty good, especially with you back in the side.
And the boys have been talking about your breath. They reckon you got really bad breath. Can you comment on that?
No, that's probably true. Yeah, no, that's spot on. I do bring a lot of chewies to training. They go missing a lot. So yeah, no, that's true.
This is Bar TV. Thanks for having us, and I hope you enjoyed the interviews. Thank you.
Back here for the second half. It's all in front of the Goannas. Let's see what they can do. Can they get themselves back into it? Well, Nathan Ross, our spy here this afternoon at Harker Oval, was invited into the dressing sheds. First of all, what did Steve Kidd have to say?
Yeah, I was lucky enough that Steve Kidd let me come to the Cessnock shed. He was fairly calm. The dressing room was an ambience of positivity and encouragement. They just said to keep sticking at what they're doing. He reminded the boys that their completion rate was at 80, 82, and if they do that again this half, they should roll away with it. But in saying that, he told the boys that West completed at 60%, and rarely ever do West do two halves of 60%. So they really need to be on. And I actually think they come away with a win today, Cessnock.
Okay, let's see if they can keep it going for the next 40 minutes here on Bar TV. Western Suburbs. It's all in front of them, the defending premiers. There's trouble here. Brendan Halad. Looks like he might have got a bit of a poke to the eye there. Yeah. Staying on the field, though.
A little bit of a swinging arm or something. But there's a flick pass.
Out towards the 40-metre line.
A bit of second phase football here from Cessnock.
Halfway line. 39 minutes to go. This is Riley Brown. Back then out to Alec Fatter. 40 metres away from the Rosella's goal line.
Oh, you don't need that.
Let's see if they can start the second 40 like they've finished the first 40. The signs are good so far. Can they keep it going? As we mentioned at the top, need to win to get back into the top 5. And of course, they've got the bye next week, so it could be a 4-point win if they can come up with the competition points here today. Lantry! Have you seen anything quite like that recently? Picked him up, the number 17, Murray, and drove him back towards his own goal here. This is Callan Richardson.
Yeah, Lantry.
Oh, now there's a penalty. 20 metres out from the line. So half-time scores as we go around the grounds in the real NRL. Macquarie 20, South 6. Maitland 16, Central 0. And back here at Cessnock 16, leading the way over West's 0. So we've got 40 minutes remaining in those games. Few upsets, one might say. Out towards the halfway line. This is Petro taking the tackle there of Alec Fatter. Here's the kick off the boot now of Jade Porter. Heading towards the sideline. Not the best bounce for Holland. They come through and they wrap him up just in front of that eastern touchline. I guess that's a fullback's worst nightmare again.
Yeah. You want to try and get to the balls with the full. When they bounce, they can end up anywhere.
Nathan Ross, the VV New South Wales Cup Newcastle Knights fullback in the commentary side today is the Goannas. Barging and bashing their way out towards the 40-metre line.
They're not scared to flick the ball out, which is going to cause Western problems if they don't start locking it up.
Josh King falls back over. Yeah, good for him.
Cessnock have already lost one person for the rest of the game to injury, and Josh King's out as well. That's another person off the bench.
Going to play on. Here's the kick downfield. 12 metres away. Oh. Another terrible bounce there for Blanche. Well, the fullbacks, they certainly know that they're alive and kicking in this one. Nathan?
They sure do.
This is Richardson. Out towards the 30, through the 5 in Ryan Lamb.
King's limping off. That's going to hurt the Goannas a fair bit. He's taken a fair few runs in the first half, so it's not good. Hopefully he can return. It's a great run there and a quick play of the ball by Jake Finn.
Referee has called it up.
Undone all his good work.
Right on the cricket pitch area of Harker Oval. So we've only got 3 rounds to go before the semi-final series. And the top 5 is wide open. If you just tune to the telecast, Steve Kidd, in his last season as Cessnock coach this year. And it was reported yesterday in the Newcastle Herald by Josh Leeson that Craig Miller, this will be his last season here at Harker Oval with the Rosellas as well. This is Chris Adams. Sends it away to Brendan Halad. Finds the shoulder there of Lucas Miller.
I think there's a bit of speculation that Jermaine Nail might be captain coach, isn't there?
That's another, rumour mill going around. There's plenty of rumours. But I guess you just can't believe anything until the contracts have been signed, sealed, and delivered. Back to Adams. Oh, he was away, but he's called it up there. 10 metres out from the Rosellas line.
A little bit of a sloppy play of the ball there. Cessnock they can't get too toey. They just got to keep grinding away.
And while we've got a break, we might just have a quick word about the Newcastle Knights in the New South Wales Cup, mate. You've notched up 4 wins, going for your 5th next week against the Warriors.
Yeah, that's 4 wins in a row now. Confidence building for the boys, and Warriors beat us when we were over there, so we're looking for a little bit of a square up and to keep our streak going.
And just looking at the VB New South Wales Cup ladder, if you do keep that streak going, the team could well finish 2nd.
Well, that's what we're aiming for, 2nd spot. So we win our next 3 games, and we're almost guaranteed the 2nd spot. It's two bites at the cherry in the semis.
So you got the Warriors next week. Then, of course, you head down to Newtown, play the Jets.
No, I'm pretty sure the rest of our home games, the rest of the games are all at home. So that's good. We played a fair few away games at the beginning of the year, and it's come good for us.
Had an impressive few seasons, the Newcastle Knights. Of course, they've made their way to the final last year. Can they go into the grand final this year? Let's see if the Rosellas can be there in grand final day in the Newcastle Rugby League.
They might try them down the short side here.
This is the way they come.
No, he's just going to roll it through.
They're going to roll it towards the touchline. Didn't quite go into touch. And Callan Richardson, along with 3 others in the tackle. Greg White scoots from dummy half, goes across field, just going sideways. I guess at this stage of the match you can afford to do that. Leading by 16 points to 0. This is Brendan Williams. Picked up one against the Macquarie last week in their 28-all draw in the dying stages of that match. Liam McKenna, he's on the field for the Rosellas as well. They cross the halfway line. This is Corey Barber. 40 metres away from the Western Suburbs goal line. Little chip and chase. Can he get it back? Adams.
Mannion covers it.
And Peter takes it towards his own 30-metre line. So what do they have to do, the Rosellas, apart from scoring points here, Nathan, to come away with the points here this afternoon?
There's still 33 minutes left in the half. They don't really need to go chasing too much yet. They can still play football that they're comfortable in. Win the field position, win the ruck, and it'll come from there. I can only actually see one person sitting on the Cessnock bench, so that's not a very good sign.
Just a bit of a stoppage in play here. Referee this afternoon in Tom Aylett. Don't forget, Tom and Kylie Aylett gave Bar TV exclusive access a few weeks ago up at referees training. Well worth a look at that. Just log on to YouTube and type in Real NRL, Tom and Kylie Aylett. Fascinating behind-the-scenes look at how the referees in the Country Rugby League and, of course, the Newcastle Rugby League go about their business throughout the week. Here's a penalty to the Rosellas right on the halfway line. Well, this is where they need to hit the restart button here, Nathan, and come up with something.
Steve Kidd actually did remind the Cessnock team at half-time that not to get too ahead of themselves with this 16-point lead, because they were leading against Curry with 16 points and Curry came back and bit them. They really just need to get back into the grind, because West are too strong of a team to just give cheap metres away like that. Piggybacks will hurt them.
This is Jake Finn. Away now to Porter. Short ball. Mannion on their goal line. The Goannas. Murray. Jake Finn losing it out the back. Could be 6 to go.
6 again.
Tackle count has restarted.
West just really need to relax and get their shape together. Everyone's flat. There's not much shape. Brad Murray and Jay Porter need to take control of this game and start throwing a couple of options at them.
Porter.
There we go.
Good ball. This is Williams. 2 metres out from the Goannas goal line. Comes back then out of Porter. Petro brushed off one. Miller, what can he do? He offloads the ball. Back to Mannion. He needs to offload it. And they cover well. Stop the ball carrier from getting that pass away. Petro. Murray. Porter. Touched. They'll get the ball back, the Rosellas. Knocked down there by the Goannas. 10 out from their own goal line. Well, big crowd in here today at Harker Oval, as well as to see the defending premiers take on Cessnock. A few people have travelled down from Cessnock up around the 1,000 mark in here for this match. As far as the real NRL goes,
this will be season-defining game for both teams. If Cessnock get a win here today, it shows them that they can mix it with the best. And if West get a win, it will show West that they've turned the corner since those couple of losses and having an easy win over Lakes.
Mannion. McKenna. Finn. He reaches out. Did he get it down? Referee says try. The Rosellas are back. First point of the match.
He's a very strong runner, Jake Finn. He's played a lot of New South Wales Cup down at the Bulldogs and been through the Knights junior system and everything, so he's a quality player.
Jake Finn. Yeah, what else do you know about Jake Finn? Quality play, he knows how to get it going when he needs to.
Yeah, I've played against him a couple of times back in 2012. And he was playing for the Dogs, and I was with the New South Wales Cup team with the Knights. And then last year I played against him in the grand final at West v Curry. And he's a front rower that he's not the tallest of guys, but he does have a short, compact body, which is hard to get a hold of. And once he gets a roll on, he finds his front and gets that quick play the ball more often than not.
This is it on the Bar TV replay.
Yeah, a little bit of a show and go there, and finds the inside and outside shoulder, and just too strong to get through.
Well, we said that the Western Suburbs Rosellas had to hit the reset button. And they've come away with the points. So 29 minutes remaining in the match. The try was converted. So we've got a 10-point ball game with 29 to go. So play back underway. Ball goes deep into the in-goal area. And who's there to bring it back again? I think that's Jake Finn again. It's been in everything and he needs to. To the left-hand side of the field. This is
Mitch Williams. Good
better run. A lot more urgency in their play now. Second tackle out to the 30-metre line. This is the third tackle. 5 metres short of the 40-metre line here at Harker Oval. You're with Nathan Ross and Peter Jolly. Round 16 of the New South Wales Cup then. It's the real NRL on Bar TV. The 13 taking it forward. This is Lucas Miller. 41 metres out. Rosellas. Are they about to lift once more? Spinning it through the back line. This is Porter. Puts the boot to the ball. Where's Holland? He takes it well. He diffuses the situation. Runs into a brick wall led there by Jade Porter there. Nathan, they bang him down. 12 out from his own goal line.
West are really starting to up their intensity here. That's what they're going to need to do if they want to fight back and win this game.
They're going to their third premiership in a row. The Premiers, they're the real deal. They'll need to make this bit of a contest come the 80th minute. We know that they're team of champions, but they need to lift, and they need to lift right here in this second half as Cessnock on a roll. Adams kicking inside his own 40.
Found the ground, which is a good kick.
Callan Richardson fields it. He's got his option to give it to the fullback, offloading out wide, and this is the 5 is with it, and this is Ryan Lamb. And he meets the shoulder there of Williams, and they bang him down. Adams is again there in the dummy half quickly. And Steve Gordon comes away with it. 22 metres out from their own goal line. 16 points to 6 on the Bar TV scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. This is going to go right down to the end. Uh-oh, we've got a referee giving a penalty to the Rosellas here.
Not sure what that was. He was rocking the baby or something. Was he trying to say that markers weren't square?
Yeah.
But this is what West are good at. They roll forward, get their forwards, find the front, playing quick, play the balls, and looking for those penalties in the ruck, and they're doing it well this half.
This match is pretty deserving of a semi-final fixture. We're not too far away for the semi-finals in the final series as Finn takes it forward. Quick play the ball. Wolford from dummy half.
They're catching him with one marker all the time. Cessnock need to get back to winning the ruck.
This is Murray. Turns it back on the inside. Clawing their way down to the goal line of the Goannas. James Wolford. He goes left. He picks up there. Murray, short passer comes. This is Miller. Her lad wraps him up. Last tackle now. Will they dribble into the in-goal area or will they take the line on? The ball's on the ground. And Cessnock have the fumbles. 5 out from their own goal line, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there with the pass. They're very lucky that Chris Pond normally grabs them and goes to length. They're very lucky that he's made a little bit of a meal of that. But you don't need to be doing that at the end of your set, letting teams off the hook.
Mate, if you're out there for Cessnock, what are you saying to your Chargers now? Let's just hang in here and.
I'm telling my forwards just to one more set, remind them that it'll only be a minute of work. We want to win the first 4 plays and then give them a rest. I'd encourage all the backs to get in there and have a run and get us out of trouble for once we do have the ball.
Ball comes out. Well fielded there by Jade Porter. Take the line on. The 5'8". Wolford. Jake Finn again. Barber's wrapped him up. The Rosellas on the prowl. Murray goes himself. Can they stop him? Yes, they can. Tackle 3.
That's what you want to see from Brad Murray. You want to see him taking the line on, showing and going and using his pace. Get him questioning.
Well, he scored 6 tries so far. Let's go back to the left-hand side through this season. Back down to Miller. The lads wrapped him up. Tackle 1. Wolford. Porter. Numbers to the left-hand side. They go themselves. Scott Blanche. Can he reach out? No, he can't. Last tackle now for the Rosellas. Look for the crossfield kick.
Look for Pete Mannion here.
Porter kicking wide. Oh, ball's gone dead. Back out to the 20. Well, they had the right play, just couldn't quite put the ball where he wanted it to go.
Just a little bit too deep there.
Just a little bit too deep. Crowd, vocal, as you'd expect. 6th place Goannas looking to get back into the top 5. And, of course, the bye next
Lovely
week.
Scoot there by Chris Pine.
Will pick them up 4 points, Nathan, so they need to win this. Rosellas now through Adams down to the 40-metre line. He's been crunched in the tackle there, 41 metres out from the Rosellas line. Through the middle of the field again, crossing the 40-metre line.
Another tradesman-like hit up from Brendan Halad there.
Mannion gets off him. Cutting out Lantry to give it to Holland. Wrapped up there by Ryan Petro. 23 minutes remaining in the match. Adams. Joel Brown turns it back on the inside. Down to the 20-metre line they barge. McCarr plays the ball back to Adams. Away down to Joel Brown. Kicking for his winger. They've scored the try in the corner. The Goannas are over. There's the whistle. And they've gone to the front by an extra 4. It's 20-6, 23 to go in the match. Can they come back from here, the Rosellas? If any team can, it's going to be the Rosellas.
Yeah, well, not when you've got 2 quality players in Chris Adams and Joel Brown combining, you're always going to have dramas. And they've played eyes-up football here and brought the winger up by Chris getting out and engaging the D-line, passing on to Joel, and Joel just with a lovely way to grub off for the winger to finish it off. If he does finish it off in spectacular form.
Okay, let's roll the replay and how this is it unfolded. He was onside, no question in the world about that, and Brendan Williams picked up a try last week against Macquarie, and he's picked up another one, and his foot is in the field of play. There might have been a bit of doubt that he went close to that touchline, but the replay provided the pictures to say that's not the case. So the Goannas just rolling it forward with 20 to go.
That comes off the back of a good scoot from Chris Pine. Really got him off to a good start there. 20-metre scoot, got him on the back foot, and then they started feeding off the back of that.
Here's the kick from the touchline. One flag up, one flag down. Referee says try. Well, you don't see that every day. One touch judge will need to go to OPSM, and the other one, well, he's just on fire. And the referee says, the one with the flag up, I'll go with you. It's a very rare occasion.
You don't see that too often, do you?
No. Maybe we might have to extend the goalposts in height, but here's the kickoff. So the 4-pointer has turned into 2, and Riley Brown takes it deep in his own in-goal area, and they're back out to the 8-metre line. So we've got 21 minutes to go in the match. 22 points to 6, Cessnock.
So I think Gene Brown's moved to front row here.
Continuing their charge towards the semi-final so far. Can they keep it going? Adams crossing it to the eastern side of the field. The ball's in the touch.
Cessnock are just struggling to put together a set after they score points. It's not what they need to do. You just want to play simple football, put the ball back down the other end of the field, and put the pressure on West and try and force an error. You don't need to score off every play.
Just repeating the halftime score between Souths and Macquarie. Macquarie, the Scorpions, leading Souths by 20-6 at halftime. We'll get score updates from our man at the ground, Josh Leeson, helping out Bar TV this afternoon. And Josh is saying, you're doing a pretty good job there, Nathan. Keep it up. Could be a bit of a media career, Josh is predicting, after the footy season comes to a bit of a halt. Huh?
Thanks very much, Josh.
21 metres away. The Rosellas with the ball. Porter, great ball.
Oh, Mitch Williams.
William, oh yeah, down to the 10-metre line. Short to the right-hand side, the go-inners. Which way will they come? They go the other way, the Rosellas. Back to Murray. He now finds Mannion. Can he offload? He does offload. Ball's on the ground. And they come in and they finish him off. 18 metres away from the goal line. This is Wolford. Backer comes now through Gordon. This is Finn. Adams wraps him up, along with Sean Metcalf. Options left, options right. They come the right-hand side. They go themselves. Murray flicking it. Ball may have gone backwards. No. Referee says other. Gone forward. Well, the passes just haven't been able to stick for the Rosellas.
I guess that's just what's been happening to West all afternoon. Just this final pass just hasn't quite been hitting the mark, or they've been a little bit of a knock on. I don't know why they just didn't try and roll it in goals then. Look for a repeat set.
22-6. With 18 minutes remaining in the contest. This is Adams. Solid match. Adams, he was up against James Wolford. He was trying to get the better of his opposite number. He mentioned that to us at training throughout the week, and so far I think he's leading the way in that department. A long way to go. Anything can happen. 22-6. Stay with us.
Oh.
Adams throws a shocking pass out the back.
Well covered by Corey Barber there. Turn and chase, but
on his 10-metre line. That's tackle number 4. They're going to kick it off the boot of Adams. They need a good kick. It's gone straight to the halfway line.
Steve Gordon at fullback.
Linking up with Richardson. Beat one. Down to the 30-metre line. West's highest point scorer, Steve Gordon, giving that pass away. Down to the 12ers with it. This is Mannion.
Very experienced player, Steve Gordon. It's quality. He's played a bit of state league and played a lot of local league in the Newcastle comp. Well known and well respected player.
Wolford goes from dummy half. Farah into touch, is he? Ball comes out. Referee says he's lost the ball in field.
Cessnock surviving another scare, huh?
Another scare. They've had a few to dodge in the last few minutes, but so far so good. Scrum feed Nathan, back to the Goannas, 10 out from their own goal line. 17 minutes to go in the match. Of course, Ryan Houston leading the top scorer ladder board for the Macquarie side so far this season.
Hasn't he come leaps and bounds since last year, Ryan Houston?
Oh, mate, he's on fire, isn't he?
Best and fairest in the reserve grade grand final and the top point scorer in the first grade comp this year. Player of the future.
Down to the 30-metre line, crossing that to the 40. Well, he's notched up Houston, 128 points this year for the Macquarie Scorpions. Tremendous effort. Adams. Good get for the Cessnock Goannas. Of course, Craig Miller off to the Goannas. I guess mixed emotions for the future coach for the Cessnock side. But his focus, as he mentioned throughout the week, is getting the Western Suburbs Rosellas into the finals. Well, that's a given. Then on to the grand final to go on for their third straight premiership. He hasn't lost focus of that, and why should you? This is Tafua.
Yeah, it's not Craig's first rodeo. I'm sure he's 100% focused on West and getting through this season. He's just lined up next year solely to show that his coaching capabilities. But yeah, he'll have his eyes on the prize with the Rosellas this year.
And of course, the players got told that news throughout the week. Back from Murray. Kicking. This is going to Test White. No test at all. Did he take that in goal? Or was he in the field of play, then ended up in the in goal? I think you'll see it's going to be a goal line dropout here, Nathan.
The pressure starts to mount on Cessnock. We'll see how they react here.
Greg White there just geeing up his charges here. So we're inside the last 14 minutes of the Newcastle Rugby League competition. A lot of people saying downstairs, you can hear from the crowd effects mic. Not quite sure if that was the right decision by the ref, but the referee says otherwise. Yeah, look at this big run by Tafua. Down to the 30-metre line. This is Dryden. Put away there by Chris Adams. Not only has he been pivotal making metres around dummy half, but he's up there in the amount of tackles this afternoon as well. Chris Adams. He's lost the football. Jake Finn right in front of the post. And Jacob McKendry was in there, and they applaud McKendry.
It's just not West's afternoon at the moment, and I'd like to say that it's on the back of unforced errors, but I think it's just Cessnock grinding them out at the moment here. They're just too pumped at the moment, Cessnock. They're playing positively, and they're backing each other up, and they're getting in there together.
You've just got to keep doing it. The Cessnock fans for the next 13 minutes. On the other side of the coin, the Rosellas somehow just got to get back into the contest. Let's see if they can defence.
Well, rugby league's a funny game. You can't count a team out like we've seen with Knights last night coming back against the Storm.
Adams works it to the eastern side of the field. Down to the 30-metre line. Who was there from the Rosellas? Peter Mannion. Along there with David Dryden. 20 metres short of the halfway line. Adams. Brown. Inside runner comes through. Corey Barber. Tafua wraps him up with Jake Finn as well. Here's the kick. Inside the 40 off the boot of Joel Brown. Ball goes downfield. Cut off 20 metres out from their own line. The 5 is with it. And, of course, this is Ryan Lamb. Gordon from dummy half picks up good metres. Picks up 10 metres before he falls at the feet there. On the 40-metre line, Richardson goes from dummy half. He picks up another 10. Picks up 12 metres. 13 metres. He's still going. Richardson's away. He's down to the 20. Put away there by Greg White.
Great run there by Cal. Scott Blanche is actually on the bench now, and Steve Gordon's playing in the fullback role. I think that might give West a little bit more of a spark. Steve Gordon has played in the halves and at fullback before, so it might give his centres a bit more early ball.
Wolford from dummy half. Picks up Williams. Wrapped up there by Chris Pine around the bootlaces. Wolford. Murray. Ball's on the ground. Porter shows it right. Kicks it off the left foot. Can he get it back? No, he can't. Phil there by the goannas. 10 out from their own goal line. And Gordon's there to finish off the goanna play. And, of course, that was Joel Brown on his back. Porter. And Tafua in defence as well. 11 minutes to go. As David Dryden combined to bring the goanna down. Adams spins it to the commentary side. Towards the 30-metre line they come, the goannas. 15 in from the Western touch line. Chris Adams, the Queenslander, played a bit of footy with the Knights. Made his debut a few seasons back in first grade, and then, of course, played a bit of footy last year and the year before in the New South Wales Cup side. They're going to kick it inside their own 40 off the bit of Joel Brown. Goes straight down towards the 4 in Steve Gordon. He's got support if he elects to go that way, but no, he says he'll take the line on himself. Beat one. Can't get rid of there of Alec Fatter. And they combine in the tackle, the goannas there with Joel Brown. Juggle there by Mannion. Out towards the 40. Does better than that. Cut down finally, too short at the halfway line. Richardson, last time he got the ball, he went for a 40-metre scoot. Can't do that this time. He takes a tackle there of Riley Brown. On it comes out of Finn. He crosses the halfway line. McKendry wraps him up. 41 metres away from the line. Wolford cuts out one, finds Murray. Now to Porter. Porter, out wider comes. Numbers, did it go forward? Referee says no. Play on, says the referee. Comes back to Porter. He's got the ball. Spins it from one end of the field to the other. A crossway, sideway movement. Mannion does better. Out the back to Williams. Williams cuts back on the inside. Beat one, beat two. Finished off there by Chris Pine.
There's some great scramble defence there by Cessnock, and it's good work from West to show that they've got the courage to throw the football around.
Well, they're going to go high to the air. Can points come through this? Touched and went forward by the Rosella. Back to the 4. And Brendan Williams for the goannas in the centre three-quarter. Plays it back. Now to Holland from dummy half. Put away there by Larry Tafua. No, Mark Tafua.
He's a big lump of a man, isn't
today. He's the youngest brother as well. Imagine tackling him. Imagine, just picture yourself at fullback and you've got him running at you. What will you do?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be too keen.
Run a mile. 10 metres short. They are, Nathan, from the halfway line. Let's keep an eye on the clock. 9 minutes to go in the match. Cessnock, after 2 competition points. 9 minutes for Western Suburbs to get their way back into the match. Are the goannas going to let them? As you can see the scoreboard in the top left corner. 9 to go. Gordon wrapped up, ball and all there by the halfback in Joel Brown. This is Williams. 20 metres short of the halfway line. Finds Wolford. Wolford comes back to the cricket pitch area.
Bit of fatigue must be creeping into West here. They're just running one out. There's not much push-up at all. See, another bloke on his own. They're going to have to change that if they want to swing the tide.
James Wolford. On it comes down to Larry Tafua. Palmed away from one. Steamrolling his way down to the 30-metre line. They're going to kick. Where's the fullback positioned in Holland?
Oh, great take.
There he is. Superb take by the fullback. Mate, you've been in many situations like that. What are you doing back there? You're just keeping an eye, obviously, on the ball. What's going through your mind?
You can't focus on anything but the ball in that situation, or it will go to ground. You're just going to have eyes on the ball and try and meet it up in the air. And if you're going to take a hit on the way down, you're going to take a hit. But as a fullback, you've got to have the bravery to go up for it.
That's Nathan Ross, the fullback for the EV New South Wales Cup Newcastle Knights, in commentary here this afternoon. Of course, the Knights in the New South Wales Cup take on the New Zealand Warriors next week. Here's Adams, former New South Wales Cup player as well for the Newcastle Knights. This is Gordon, down to the 20-metre line, put away there by Riley Brown. And over the top there was Chris Pine, back to the left-hand side. Charging up towards the 30-metre line they come. This is Simon Williams. Richardson goes to dummy half. Looks for a bit of flair. Didn't quite get many metres. Up towards the halfway line. James Wolford. The 12 is with it. This is Mannion. Looking to pop the pass. That was knocked down by the Goannas. Could be 6 to go.
It is 6 again, yeah.
Referee restarts the tackle count. 40 metres away from the Cessnock goal line.
We're coming in the last 6 minutes here, and you're just getting the feeling that Cessnock, they just need to keep controlling the ball. If they hold them out here.
This is Porter. All in all tackle there by Chris Adams. Tafua. Out it comes. Mannion stepping. Where's the support? Flicks it out the back. Straight to a Goanna. And they're away. The Goannas, can they get them? They're over the 40. They're going to kick. Was he taken out? Referee says play on. Gordon, he goes away and saves the day. 30 metres out from their own goal line.
A lot of enthusiasm there by the young fullback from Cessnock, but he should have just stepped in and taken the tackle, given the team a chance for a set of 6.
5 minutes to go. 22 to 6. Western Suburbs on the other side of the coin, on their home ground.
You're seeing that a fair bit now. Well, that was a great cover tackle there by Jake Finn. The front rowers are actually really starting to step up. You've seen the NRL, and now you've seen the real NRL. They're coming across and cutting off those fast outside backs.
Thoughts there from Nathan Ross. Mannion, can he flick it again? No. Thinks no, not after last time. Richardson, 31 metres out. Back off the boot now. Murray. Lost it backwards. Williams goes back and cleans up his mistake. 5 out from his own goal line. This is Greg White. Finished off there by David Dryden. 4 minutes to go in the match. Cessnock 22. Rosella's 6. Towards the 30-metre line they come. Adams. Towards the 40. 20 metres in from the Western touchline. Adams is going to kick off the left boot outside the 40. Gordon goes straight to him on his own 20. Crunching his way down to the 30 before he met the shoulder there. He's going to just push Chris Pine out of the way.
They've been getting into each other a little bit in the last 5-10 minutes.
Been a bit frantic. 4 tries in 10 minutes has given Central Newey the lead over Maitland by 22 points to 16. This is Tafua down to the 40. They're going to kick it, a little kick and chase. Full-back position deep.
Ambitious there by Brad Murray.
Murray got it back. Wolford kicking for himself. Ricocheted from one Goanna to another. And they've got the ball through Brown. And Mannion. Combining, now he's just going to drop to the ground.
Just makes you think how much are West missing the players such as Jermaine Ale, of the experience that he would bring to this side. It'd be a nice calm head in the situations like they would have found themselves in before they came out to the second half. A couple of young fellas that haven't carried a little bit of the weight now.
Nathan, have you seen much of the real NRL since you've been at the Knights?
I haven't seen as much as I'd like to. I'll get out to a game whenever I can. I'm still a keen follower of most of the teams. I always like to see what Curry gets up to. But yeah, not as much as I'd like.
White. Trying to break the tackle there of Simon Williams. Well, there's a bye coming up for Cessnock next week, if you just tune to the telecast. Then they come back in round 18, the last premiership game. And the Goannas take on Macquarie to close out the premiership round. Next week, Wests travel to Macquarie.
Yeah, well, if I was a Stephen Kidd, the Cessnock coach, the bye couldn't come at a worse time with the form they're starting to find. They fought out a tough draw last week, and now they're about to roll last year premiers. Sometimes the buys isn't the most beneficial thing.
And that kick has just gone out on the full as well. So one thing we do know for certain, this win will put the Goannas back into the top 5 with the bye next week. That's 4 points. So they could finish, if they keep rolling forward and and come up with a victory against Macquarie, they could go to as 3rd or 4th. But I guess it all comes down to that last premiership game as well against Macquarie. Break made now. Steve Gordon flicks it back, and that's the story of the day for the Rosellas. The pass just haven't been able to stick.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Cessnock came to this game with a game plan. They've stuck to it all day, and they've ground out a hard-fought victory here. Lost a couple of blokes, just fought through it.
Is this the loss maybe Western Suburbs needed to have as well? I mean, you know, there's a positive spin. Of course, they've had a bit of a off and on 4 weeks of the competition. They were rolled by Central, rolled by South, then they had the bye, then they came back and had an easy victory last week in the washout match against Lakes, 48-8. Try and go into the mindset of Craig Miller. What would he be thinking right now?
If you're Craig Miller, I guess you'd just be trying to go back to your basics. What was winning you the games at the beginning of the year? Try and get some confidence back into the players, but they just need to get back to what they're good at, I guess. And with West, that's just pushing up in numbers, finding their front and playing fast, quick football through the middle. Today, they didn't really stick to that at all.
Well, that's full time here. Cessnock have been able to roll the first place competition league ladders, the Western Suburbs Rosellas. In the end, they've come away with the victory by 22 points to 6. Well, Nathan, hope you enjoyed your time in the commentary box. It's gone pretty quick. This match had everything.
Yeah, it was a great match to be a part of, and thanks very much, Bar TV and Pete, for having me on. And yeah,
we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, hopefully I get a call up again.
Definitely, mate. Good luck against the Warriors on Saturday, and all the best for the remaining matches, and then of course aiming off your. Well, let's hope you can go all the way to the grand final. Hey, it'd be nice to knock off those Penrith Panthers if it continues to go that way.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. So just everyone get out there and give the New South Wales VB Cup Newcastle Knights some support, and we'll try and bring something home for everyone.
Okay, mate. Good on you. Appreciate that. That was Nathan Ross, the fullback for the Newcastle Knights. We thank him for his time here this afternoon. Well, the Cessnock Goannas into the top 5. The bye next week, and then they'll come back and take on Macquarie in the last premiership round of season 2014. Well, Craig Miller, his Chargers have to regroup before they face another hard-fought battle against Macquarie next week. That'll be a super contest out there at Macquarie. Cessnock fans, they cheer. There's Cessnock Goanna players from the field here at Harker Oval. He was pretty confident, Steve Kidd. He knew he had the ability to come here and knock off the defending premiers, and he has. A bye next week, then they're back to face Macquarie. Well, on behalf of everybody here at Bar TV and everybody here at the ground, we thank Western Suburbs for their time up here in their timekeeper box. We really appreciate being allowed access in here. Until we're back next week, we'll see you then. Bye for now.